Are we recording now?
We are now.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. This is Missy Wahlen with Wahlen Advisory Group of Raymond James. And I'm here with my brother-in-law, Chris, and business partner, Chris
Hello.
Knight. Yes. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I have to
You
give
sound a little different.
I do, but I have to give a plug in for our contact information
Yes.
first. You can find us at wahlenadvisorygroup.com, WAHLEN advisorygroup.com, 262-207-3815. Yes. So for our listeners, we've been doing the show since January, and we now have it approved for a YouTube channel. So you can find like a behind the scenes recording at our YouTube channel.
So it's very exciting.
Yeah,
Very exciting.
and that's Wahlen Advisory Group on YouTube. So yes. Yeah, I sound terrible.
No, not terrible, just different.
Different, yes. I sound like Phoebe from Friends, the sexy cold voice. I'm not sure if this is a cold or what is going on, but yeah, I have to like reach into the deep vocal cords to.
We don't want you coughing halfway through the show.
That's the thing is I really haven't been coughing much. A little
Just
bit.
the breaking.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's been like this for like 4 or 5 days now.
We have a gallon of water sitting here, so that'll help you get through as well.
These things are massive. Yes, these Stanleys is what this is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. So, how was your weekend?
It was great. Relaxing, a lot of family time.
Yeah.
Little simulator golf too, so
Okay.
that never gets old with my son.
Yeah. With this
Man time.
With this simulator, because I don't golf and I've never done a simulator before.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like real golf or
no, not at all.
No.
And it takes forever.
Oh.
So we were about 45. So we had 5 guys playing. Usually it'd be 4, obviously, if you're on the course. But it took us an hour essentially to get through each hole. Now there's cocktailing mixed in there, and stupid talk and whatever.
How long does it take on the real course?
You would expect 3.5 to 4 hours for a foursome to play 18.
Oh, so you can get through 18 holes in like 3 to 4 hours.
Whereas we would have been at the simulator for 18 hours had we finished the course. Okay. So a lot of significant others would have been asking questions. So
okay.
No.
When you say significant others, meaning you were with other guys that are married or have girlfriends?
Yes.
And if your lady partners were present, they would have been talking and asking you questions about how it works.
I think they would have been bored within 5 minutes of being there. It was just guy talk, cocktailing. I mean, really, this is just an excuse for a group of guys to get together and hang out in a room.
Do you actually get to improve on your golf skills in a simulator like that?
I mean, you could argue that anytime you're playing, because that's the problem with living in Wisconsin. You're not golfing for 6 months out of the year. So anytime you can do it, yeah, you're kind of refreshing your the movements that you make and all that. So it's a positive in that way.
I would imagine the simulators is a really competitive industry because I would think that there's all different kind of makes and models of the simulators and the
price
quality
ranges. Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
And one of the bigger thing too is what courses they have. So you can go through and select any course you want to play. At the one that I was playing at, you could select any course throughout the country.
Okay. I heard that there was like a Tiger Woods.
Yes, that one is very expensive.
Yes, because it's Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's still very expensive with everything that.
Well, this is like the 5th time he's done this, so I don't think it's going to affect the price too much.
Yes.
This is not shocking.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that actually, and everybody's like, "Why does he have a driver?"
I know, that's very true. Yes.
And to be fair, that's what I already said the last time. So I don't know why he doesn't have the driver, but whatever.
Okay. How many simulators have you been to?
4 or 5.
Because there's quite a bit in the area.
Yes, there is a shocking amount. Actually, you wouldn't even think there was enough people to do it, but it's great for corporate stuff and just guys hanging out, and yeah, it's fun.
I would even imagine that they're still busy in the summertime because
I don't know. I'm curious about that now. I haven't been to one in the summer.
Okay.
But what's weird is you and I talked about this. It's the only time that you can get a membership at like one of the more popular, like at X Golf. It's the only time that you can get a membership is in the summer, not in the winter.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Well, the reason why I think it's just as busy is because it's hot and humid.
That's true. And rain. I mean,
yeah, rain thrown in there. And also, if a course is busy,
mm-hmm.
I hear that golfers don't like that either.
And yes, pace of play, they call that pace of play. Guys get very frustrated.
Yeah. They can just go and swing for an hour and drink some beers while they do that.
Yeah, I think it's more so less practice and more so camaraderie.
Yeah.
Where you can't as much
It's definitely not the
tomfoolery
same.
as we were doing. You can't do that on a golf course.
Sure.
And you don't get as much time to talk. Whereas this, you're all standing in the same space. Whereas, if you're in a foursome, you got two carts driving off in two different directions. And you're not hanging out and talking as much.
Are you testing different swings like a Happy Gilmore?
No, no. That's at the
Yes.
driving range.
Oh, gotcha.
That's another option. But usually at the driving range, you're not talking at all. So
Got
so
it.
that's where there's a place for it.
And you said your son was with you?
Yeah,
Yes.
he had fun.
Okay.
And he likes, it's all guys in their late 30s and 40s. I think we're a good time. He is entertained by watching our debauchery and
Sure.
whatever else. So
Do any of your friends or family members feel uncomfortable that somebody is 14?
no, not at all. Because I make it very obvious. If you know me, there's nothing that's going to be going on we have, family parties all the time at the house and everything. So he's
familiar.
yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, very good.
Nothing bad, obviously. Just, guy stuff and talking and whatever. So
Yeah.
no, he's good. He's a good hang.
Kathleen stays home with the girls.
Yes. Well, to be fair, we were going to dinner Saturday, and so my mom picked her up because my father-in-law was there as well.
So Chris has a 14-year-old son and then 2 daughters.
Yes.
Yes.
My ladies. So Kathleen went with them to the restaurant for part of the time that we were doing this. So it was only 2 hours, and then we went to meet her. So
Cool.
yes.
Yeah, good.
They
time.
love their girl time. They, they're painting nails and doing all this stuff that they do.
Yeah.
Hair, dresses. They had to get dressed up for dinner. I'm sure that took an hour and a half.
Oh gosh.
So they don't mind that we're sneaking off.
Try all different barrettes and
Mhm.
headbands.
Yes,
yes.
and outfits, guaranteed.
Yep. Shoes.
Mom too.
All that stuff.
Yes, and I'm sure at least one of them was crying during this process as well. So.
Always. Yes. It's tough for a girl to get ready.
Never a dull moment over at my place.
Yes. And with sisters too, there's always this battle of it has to be fair.
Yeah, well, and also Bridgie, the little one, likes to emulate whatever Jilly, her older sister, does. So if Jilly changes outfits, then Bridgie's got to do it too to get something relatively close to that. So
Yes.
they're very adorable.
Typical family.
Their mom is a lot more patient with this stuff than I am, to be fair. So we have our very defined roles, which is good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I get to hang out with Aiden, like one of the boys, and golf. So it works out well for everybody.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then because that was Saturday night, then Sunday, did you do your typical cooking, hanging out with the fam?
Yeah, we I'm drawing a blank at what I made for dinner last night, but yes, I did do cooking and hanging out with the fam. Like your sister is not feeling that great, so it wasn't as exciting as it normally is. Usually she's kind of moving around, and I think Friday night there may have been a short dance party after we watched a movie.
Oh, okay.
So, it's just, yesterday was a little more bland.
It's so interesting because so saw you and Kathleen last weekend.
God, that seems like it was a month ago, but yes.
That was the first time that I saw Kathleen, my youngest sister, since New Year's Eve. Over the weekend, I also saw another sister who I haven't seen since New Year's Eve.
Which one was this?
Kelly,
Okay.
the second oldest.
Got it.
And she said that she was sick with this exact same thing. I mean, yeah, me and Kathleen saw each other 2 weekends ago. But how is it that we all?
I think it's going around because everybody I talk to was sick or is sick. I think and I was sick last week, so I think it's just going around.
Yeah. What's brutal is the rapid changes in the weather for my body.
Yeah, I think that's true of everybody because that was around the same time the weather was changing and I wasn't feeling good.
My body does not adjust well if it's really nice one day and then freezing the next day. My body's like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah,
yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and my immune system just gets thrown off.
You're onto something there for sure.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I've been like that since high school. High school, I used to break out in hives.
Wow.
With the drastic
that's
weather
an extreme
changes.
version of that.
I was like allergic to changes in seasons.
Well, that's like what I was saying about my youngest daughter. She holds up her hand whenever the sun's out. She's like, the sun. She's like a vampire. That's like you, apparently.
Yes.
Maybe that's where she got that. It's in the genes, apparently.
I'll never forget Jilly, your middle child. And when I was babysitting them a couple of years, Bridgie was not even 1 year old, I think, 1 year old. And I'm changing her diaper, and Jilly comes up to me and goes, Bridgie's so white because she peed her pants. Like that's why her skin is
She
so
does have
pale.
very white, milky skin. Yes.
So now when I hear her being like, "Oh, the sun," they call her a vampire.
Yes. And
It's
everybody
funny.
was commenting on a dinner Saturday too. We were in kind of this dimly lit room, and I don't know why, but she just looked even whiter than normal.
Yeah.
She fortunately she's so cute it doesn't matter, but you could tell she's just so, we got to get her out in the sun, get her playing some sports outside. We'll do that this year.
Yeah, that was very cute, Jilly, because like, wow, how the mind thinks of like
Yes.
her diaper leaked or whatever it was that made Jilly think like the pee is what made her skin so white.
Whereas usually if you pee your pants, you'd be embarrassed and red. So
Right?
that's
Oh, there
interesting.
you go. That's funny. Yes, awesome. Well, what do we have on the agenda for today?
Tax deductions, tax returns, and another geopolitical update since this is dragging on and on.
Yeah. Well, real quick with the geopolitical update. Yep. No agreement. No, nothing's in place yet. Marco Rubio is now coming out and saying maybe another couple of weeks, and then Trump is kind of saying the same thing. And then there's Trump is putting in different plugs, and he does that either because at that time that is what's going on. Two, it's to distract from other things that are happening behind the scenes.
False flags he likes to throw out. Yes.
Yeah. Or three, it's none of the above. So again, this is just a waiting time to see what's going on. But what I thought was interesting is the Nasdaq is down over 9%. So 9.7% technically, which is about that correction territory. And the S&P 500 is down 6.6%. So that is what we explain as a dip. About a 5% drop is a dip in the market. A 10% drop is considered a correction in the market. And those are all healthy. And we're still trading at where we were like back in the fall. So about September last year. And so it's an indicator that even though our GDP is still positive and our economy is still growing, the markets are having these dips in the corrections. So the meaning that stocks are below their all-time highs. So this is a good time to be buying if it fits within your long-term goals and you have cash available. Yes. So the Nasdaq, which is mostly technology stocks, that we take a look at technology, we look at AI and the types of companies within those sectors, and we do not think that those companies are going anywhere anytime soon. Technology is here to stay. Our demand for technology is increasing every day. AI and its capabilities has compounded advancements right now. So because they are about 10% below their all-time highs, great time to be getting in. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the correction is it's correcting the market prices because technology and AI in general has been doing well since coming out of COVID. And so when we have these corrections, it prevents the stocks from becoming overvalued. Stock prices are supposed to be reflective of asset balance sheets. And if the stock price keeps growing, but the asset balance sheet isn't growing with the pace of the stock price, then it's very common for the stock price to become overvalued. And when that happens, then there can be a major sell-off, which then we experience a greater drop in the market, greater than 10, 15%. We usually can experience bear markets like 20, 25, even 30%. So if we have these corrections along the way, it helps prevent a bigger drop from happening in the future. So
seems like a negative, but it's a positive.
It is. And not that the reason for the volatility is a positive, but volatility is normal every year. And the reasons for the dips and the reasons for the corrections is what varies from year to year. And this year, right now, the reason for the dip and the correction is the Iranian conflict. And
oil worries.
Yeah, well, so then that stems into the oil then. And again, we just don't know exactly what agreements are going to come out. There's a hope of a ceasefire in place so that everybody stops pretty much blowing up each other until they do come to an agreement, at least. But again, that needs to come from both sides. Yeah. And if they can't get a ceasefire, the idea is that maybe they're that much closer to coming to a deal and working together on it. So
I would calm things down a little. That'd be great.
that would be great. It would be great to figure out what's going on with oil too, but only time will tell at this point. And I thought that something else that was interesting too was that the White House and Total Energies announced a $1 billion deal. So what the White House is asking Total Energies to do is cancel its offshore wind projects. And sorry, I said projects. My voice cracked. And so cancel its offshore wind projects and instead invest in oil and gas. And so the idea is if we can get Israel, Iran, U.S. on track, then when we can get Venezuela on track, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for oil deals out there. So taking current resources and channeling that as these deals are coming to negotiations.
Yep.
So.
And stop buying wind farm products from China as well. I'm sure that's also part of it.
I'm not too sure on the details of that and the repercussions on that, but I just thought it was interesting. I know that there's been a lot of both positives and negatives coming out of wind projects, and I know that the negatives recently have gotten a lot of media attention on wind projects. So again, only time will tell to see what deals are made with different oil companies internationally, what the White House is trying to encourage and promote stuff. So we'll only the same thing.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. We shall see. Yeah.
I was driving through, it was either southern Illinois or part of Indiana, and the size of some of these wind farms, it was just unbelievable how vast it was, how long it was going down the highway and how far set back they are. It was amazing to see.
Yeah.
Not very pretty, but it's just
you don't
it's
like them?
unbelievable. Not a fan,
Oh.
but just unbelievable to see.
Yeah. I don't think that they would have been built if there wasn't a benefit to it. So I think that we can't just continue to rely on oil for everything, that there has to be some kind of supplemental energy to that. So
Sure.
I'd be curious to know. I haven't done research on this in a couple of years, but I know like back around 2021, there was a hydrogen fusion project going on in California. And this researcher ended up coming across a discovery where it allowed him to be 10 years ahead of schedule with his research project. And so I think that we're getting closer and closer to some type of hydrogen fusion energy source out there. I know the next phase in his research project was going to see, we know that hydrogen fusion can create a lot of energy at once. And so then it was the next research phase was trying to figure out how to break that apart and to make it safer and more consolidated to create that kind of energy source and the force that energy had.
Interesting.
I thought so
We'll
too.
have to check that out.
I know, and I wish I would have saved the article where I read that.
I'm going to make a note. We'll check it out.
Okay, that sounds good. And now is tax return season. Maybe a lot of people have gotten tax returns. Maybe a lot of people still have to file, and they're still trying to make it into that April 15th
Procrastinators.
deadline. Or maybe people have to file an extension. But yeah, that's almost all my clients are getting returns, and especially ones that are 65 and older with that deduction in place, the $6,000 per person deduction, 65. And there's income phase out ranges for that. But the idea behind that was so that people didn't have to pay taxes on Social Security. Or how it works is when you get your Social Security, you have the option of automatically having taxes withheld on it. And typically you're taxed up to 85% of your Social Security benefit. And if you have taxes automatically withheld on it, and you also have Medicare automatically taken out, then what's actually deposited at the bank is less. And so the idea is let's give Americans this deduction, and that deduction, then the taxes that they save on that is kind of like a reimbursement for what they paid in taxes for Social Security. So we
help put a little bit of that money in the economy potentially as well.
Yes. So that's the idea is if we give people back this money, then hopefully they'll turn around and spend it. So and the other thing in Wisconsin is if you are forget the age exactly, but it's about 67 years older, and taking money out of your IRA. It might even be 66, but taking money out of your IRA, you may not be taxed on up to about $25,000 in the state of Wisconsin. This at the state level,
Yep.
not federal level, but at the state level. So people can take money in Wisconsin. If you're around 66, 67, you can take money out up to $25,000 and not be taxed on it. Of course, you can take out more than that, but the state tax wouldn't apply until after that $25,000 mark. So I thought that was really interesting. So that's also helping out a lot of clients with their tax returns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then something that Chris and I are doing is we evaluate clients' tax returns. And so I like taking a look at seeing what the different sources of income for a client are, and whether that's pension, Social Security, IRA distributions, part-time job, full-time job, whatever it may be, because then that looking at that tax return can help us decide which accounts and which investments we should be taking from if a client were to need money from their accounts too. So, yep. And then I also recommend doing tax withholding right away on any distributions from an IRA. And so seeing a client's tax return and seeing exactly what their taxable income is, that helps me get a better idea where their tax bracket is, and knowing what to withhold for federal and state. I had to repeat myself again. Yeah. Yes.
We're getting through. It's okay.
We are. Yeah. So it's really cool to be when clients actually bring me their tax return, because I'm like, oh, this is the
better snapshot.
Yes, this is so awesome. Yeah. I like it. The other thing that's really helpful too is when clients, if they don't have statements, and they need to log in on their online access to get copies of statements while in an appointment or while I'm on the phone, if they already know what their username and password is to get into the account, that's super helpful, as opposed to waiting to come into an
Which
appointment.
account are you talking about?
It doesn't matter, 401k,
Social
bank
security
account,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever it may be. And because then 20 minutes can go by while they're still trying to figure out their username and password. When I ask,
Be prepared.
Yes, when I ask a question about what the value of their 401k is or value of their pension or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
And then I'm just like sitting there twiddling my thumbs, and the client's like, oh, shoot, I'm sorry, it didn't accept this password.
And they have to reset, and it just drags out.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't mind sitting around, but I also have a client appointment shortly after this. So we need to end regardless of how long it takes you to log into this. So if this is how we want to use our time together, and that's how you are choosing to use our time together, I'm all for it. If you prefer to be a little bit more in depth and review everything and have a greater analysis, then let's have you next time come in with the username and password.
Yes.
All set to go. Or better yet, if you already have the copies of your statements, we're all set to go. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So then when I look at clients' tax returns, not only am I looking at to see which accounts does it make sense to make distributions from, but I'm also checking to see if we should be doing, for younger clients, if we should be doing Roth contributions versus IRA contributions, or increasing 401k contributions. Then for older clients who are retired, I'm looking at their income, seeing if we should be doing any kind of IRA to Roth conversions as well.
Never a dull moment in our business.
It's a lot, but it's fun.
Yeah. It is fun.
Mm-hmm. And there's different things that are triggered when a client asks me a question or shows me something. There's just different questions that automatically trigger in my brain, like to look out for this, and this. Like Roth conversions can be very complicated because they're retired, and if they have a certain income, not only do we need to keep track of their tax bracket, but then if they go above a certain level of income too, that might increase their Medicare premium too. Yeah. So we have to look out for that as well.
It's a lot to keep track of.
Mm-hmm. And I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You should give out our contact info again.
Oh yeah, I got to do a way better job of that. Wahlen Advisory Group of Raymond James, and that's WAHLEN Advisory Group.
People are probably like, why isn't he giving it out?
I know. 262-207-3815.
I don't have it all memorized. That's why.
You know our website.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And the YouTube. Yes. The phone number, though, that's going to take a long time.
Do you not even know your phone number?
I do not know.
Oh, okay.
But I do carry a business card everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Why memorize when you can look it up?
Exactly. I can't waste space up in this precious brain. So
The precious. Yeah.
Continue. I interrupted.
No. No, I think that was it.
And our YouTube.
Find us on our YouTube channel. And this is Joy Radio. And good to be with you guys today.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.